Hi there, this is Jack from JRP Custom Painted Furniture. This is the project that we're doing this week. And this is me. Hi guys, all the way from Australia. We're going to start with taking off all the handles of these two bedside drawers. Next, we're going to take off these awful chunky legs because I'm going to build a base for this one. These legs were stuck on so tightly, I actually had to get a mallet to go and try and hit them off because we just could not get them loose. Now it's time for cleaning. It's always good to get the unit nice and clean before you start so that you remove any of the old oils or dirt or anything that was on the unit prior to you getting it. You don't want to sand any of the dirt back into the grain of the wood. I have my orbital sander here and I've got 120 grit on it. So I'm just going around giving it a good scuff sand, making sure we get into all the little places. Just scuff sanding the top here. As you can see, it's removing the sheen on the finish nicely. Heading over to the drawers. I'm using my detail sander here just to get into the sharp corners of the drawers. I'm just going to wipe them down and give them another good clean. Just because we gave them a quick sand then, we don't want any of that sanding dust to get into what we're doing next, which is filling these holes. I'm using Sally Spack Filler in the Rapid. It takes about 20 minutes or so to dry. I always like to do this procedure twice. I either use Sally Spack Filler Rapid and then follow it with Timbermate just to give that perfectly smooth finish, or I do 2 coats of Sally's. And once again, we're back to cleaning. And now we're going to sand these down. They've come out quite smooth, but I am going to go in with another bit of filler. This is Timbermate. Just gives that beautiful smooth finish. I don't like seeing any leftover holes around. It was actually quite cold this day, so the Timbermate was really tough to spread out, hence the reason why it looks like it's taking me so long to do it. There were 4 drawers on each unit with this, so 8 drawers that we need to do. And now we're starting with Fusion Coal Black. This is a mineral paint, so it has a built-in top coat and primer, so you obviously don't need to prime anything before you go in with painting. I'm just using a standard synthetic brush, and then once I get the paint on, I like to use a roller to smooth it right out. The good thing about the Fusion mineral paint is a little bit goes a long way. So as you can see by my brush strokes, I don't fill it up quite often. And now I've got the roller, and as you can see, it just gives a beautiful finish. I always try and go to the grain of the wood, and that way you get the best result. while you're watching, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. I'm trying to build this channel, so all the help is needed. And if you have any comments about what I'm doing or any questions or anything, please write it below, because I'd love to start interacting with you guys and getting more of an idea of what you want to see. Look at the finish with that roller, it's just perfect. These were very big bedside tables, so it did take a while to paint them and do the first coat. It does glide on beautifully, this paint, though. I'm really impressed with it. So if you're looking for something to try and you haven't tried a Fusion mineral paint, give it a go. It really is a beautiful paint with a beautiful finish. I'm just going in here with a little detail brush just to do the corners. I really am not a fan of masking up things, so you'll always see me pull out a paintbrush and a roller as opposed to spraying something and masking it up, because I just don't like doing it. Occasionally I will, but it's just not my thing. So once again, pop the paint on with a paintbrush, grab your roller and just smooth it out, making sure that you're going to the grain. You really do get a beautiful finish. Moving on to the drawers now, I'm back in my lounge room, trying to make sure I get into all the detailed areas of these drawers. This whole unit is going in the Fusion Mineral Paint Coal Black. It's one of my favourites, actually. It just has a beautiful matte finish when it's complete. Just remember, this is only the first coat, so things look a little bit splotchy after the first coat, but then second coat always makes it fantastic. This is always my favourite part, just putting the drawers in. I love to see the finish before I move on. And because we've done our 2 coats of Fusion Mineral Paint, I'm just coming in with the top coat on this. Now, the Fusion Mineral Paint doesn't require a top coat. It does have one built in. However, with these particular units, I wanted to give it a clear top coat just to give it that extra protection. Being that it's bedside tables, it's going to get a lot more wear and tear on the top of the unit. So I wanted to give that little bit of extra protection. I'm using the Monocel water-based clear varnish in satin just to give it a little bit of shine. I'm also using my Wagner spray gun, and if you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that I absolutely love my spray gun. If you're looking for one, it really is the best purchase you'll ever make. And now I've moved on to building the base. So this is just a little section of me putting pocket holes in the sections. I've already measured everything out, I've already cut it. There will be a separate tutorial on how to build a base, so please keep an eye out for that, and obviously like and subscribe so that you get notifications. I'm using my Kreg jig to do my pocket holes. It is fantastic. It's just the little mini Kreg jig and it does the job, and it's really quite affordable. For those of you who are in Australia, I get most of my things from Bunnings, and this is about $40 and it's just well worth it. As you can see, as I'm assembling it, I'm using my clamp just to hold it all together so that I can screw the screws in and make sure that it's even. Looks fantastic. And here, another one of my favorite tools is my bolt cutter. Now, the hardware that I was using for this particular units were quite long. So I had to cut down 2 notches. If I can use this tool, anyone can use it. It does need a little bit of muscle, but it makes the job so much easier. Now it's time to put the rest of the hardware on, so I'm using my hardware jig. These are fantastic pieces of equipment. All you do is line up the handles with the holes on the jig and move it to each particular drawer to replicate the same holes each time. Let's pop these drawers away with the brand new hardware. Do you remember what these bedsides looked like beforehand? Look at them now. They've got a beautiful walnut base on them, fresh hardware, beautiful fusion mineral paint, and they look absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy with the outcome. Aren't they beautiful? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe and help me grow. See you next time.